Moon River is not a breakup song. Amaya Papaya is the new Shakespeare. I missed this show already. Welcome to Showmance, guys, the only show on the internet doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
Shows as shallow as that weird pond thingy that Huda had to walk through after her request for shuttle service was denied.
That's a good one, Nat.
That's funny.
That's finale. That's
Yeah.
that's finale
That's
type
finale
work right
worthy.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're back just in time.
Guys.
Leaving it all on the field.
Leaving it all in the Love Island pool.
Leaving it all in the pond.
All right, well, it's sad because it's over.
Yeah.
Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Yeah. Didn't someone say that on Love Island?
I don't know. It's such a overused, cheesy.
Yeah. Or maybe it was in one of those podcasts that all those kids are doing, which our friend Harris said that he is enjoying the all these kids doing all these podcast hits way more than he enjoyed the finale, which I
Agree with.
yeah.
By the way, I loved the finale, but I also am loving all of these like straight no chaser. Let's get these people on a pod and
Yeah.
pick their brain.
Yeah.
It's also so interesting to me how, and I know that this shouldn't be interesting to me considering like the show that we all do here, but we all have differences in opinions and so does everyone else. Like, it's so crazy to me. Someone had said in one of our comments, didn't you hear Ace and Shelley's interview? I think they were on like Access Hollywood as soon as they left the villa. And they all said that everybody knew each other. And I was like, no, they didn't. When I listened to it, what I heard was Ace and Shelley had met outside of that club in New York. Now, maybe there was like Instagram, whatever, but you don't, just because you follow someone on Instagram doesn't mean you know them.
Yeah.
And then when Amaya Papaya was on Call Her Daddy, she said, oh, Shelley and I didn't know each other, but we knew each other in the sense that like we've worked with the same photographers.
Yeah.
And he would pull some of her photos for shoots to show me like, oh, this is the vibe we're going for. This is what we're looking for. And so she started following her.
Yeah.
And then when Amaya said to Shelley, like, oh, I know you, she just meant like,
I follow you on Instagram.
Right.
Like,
oh, you're the healthy fitness girl. She's not, but I just
Yeah.
mean like, oh, you're the healthy fitness person that does gluten-free recipes. I know you. I follow you. You don't.
So Shelley's not an elevator salesperson?
Oh, is that what she said her job was?
That's what Ian said her job was the whole season.
Oh. I don't know what her job is.
I remember that, and I couldn't tell if they were joking.
About to find out.
Yeah, I don't know what her job is.
I mean, here is the thing, because somebody else knew someone like Pepe and Chris had played ball against each other in high school.
Oh, how interesting! But they didn't remember each other.
No, but like his dad, like one of their dads, has the game tape.
That is so funny.
And the dad's like, "Get him over here. We got to watch this tape together."
Yeah.
So it's like there are a lot of weird coincidences like that.
Yeah.
That like I could pick 10 people in my building that wouldn't know each other. You know, like it's so I don't understand like. How do they cast this net? Like how? Like it is weird. They didn't all know each other like they were friends and
That's
like
right.
and whatever. But like they all did have weird, entanglements somehow. And I just how? Why?
Yeah. There's
Life in the big city.
No, that seems like it'd be life in the small city.
Okay, so I feel like obviously this is the finale. So the only thing that we are going to be covering is just, either our thoughts on the finale and or each couple, how we feel about them, if we think they're going to be making it, things of this, not sure. I was very excited. I know you couldn't remember what your final predictions are, but I full brag, I fucking nailed it. Should have put some money on that while I was in Vegas. I said Pepe and Iris. I said Huda and Chris. I said Alandria and Nick and Amaya, Papaya, and Brian are winning. You know what? It's the only time I've ever been right about anything. Literally, I've watched these shows since the day I was born, and I'm like, they got to pick this person, and they pick that person. It happens every time.
Yeah.
I've never once nailed it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
Where'd that cookie go?
It's not for you.
I was going to give it to Courtney.
I'm gluten-free.
Yeah.
But thanks, Mike. Okay, wait. Now you said before we started shooting, you said you had something you wanted to say about Pepe and Iris, right?
I don't remember. I more so am just like being reminded in these podcasts because some people, cards on the table, I don't always listen to Call Her Daddy. I've listened to many of them, but she's just not someone that I go to normally. And I also, cards on the table, love Amaya, but I was far more curious to get Huda on the line. I just wanted to hear what she had to say about many things. And I kind of felt like I knew what I would be hearing from Amaya already, which it's still great. Like she did not
10
disappoint.
out of 10.
But this particular episode of Call Her Daddy with Amaya Papaya, if you have not watched it, and even if you're not a normal Call Her Daddy listener, listen to this show. It was so satisfying. I felt like Alex Cooper had she hates everyone I hate. She had every like what the fuck on and did not like Amaya is so sweet and she's not there to like she would never come out swinging at anyone, but she's also incredibly authentic and candid. And so if you do push her enough, she will just come out with it. Little fun nuggets like Ace is not 5'10", he's maybe 5'8".
Well, in his Access Hollywood interview, when Ace and Shelley were on there, he doubled down on the fact that he is 5'10". And I just have to tell you, Ace, God bless you. I do not believe you.
We all have eyes. Like, I was wrong. That I thought that Nick was much smaller, and it took one person to just reply back and say she's actually 6'2" and a half or something like that. And I was like, what? And it took me 2 seconds to go back and look at photos, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he's like towering over the girls.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's way taller than I thought. I think that Nick just doesn't give off a very like chest out big presence.
Yeah.
He kind of like, he also seemed like a minion to me. So maybe it was just like a personality thing that like he has a small presence. I think like he definitely doesn't have a 6'2" presence.
Yeah.
Like, right? That's taller than you.
Okay.
How tall are you, Mike?
I like
6'1"?
6'1", yeah. I don't know. I think it's hard to say because now I know that he's 6'2".
If I saw Nick standing in this room and standing next to you, he would be taller than you. That's
Okay,
weird
right.
to me.
Easy.
I'm just saying he does not exude that.
And
you
it's
know?
probably more his hair than anything.
Okay, well.
Listen, and I don't know if he's 6'2". That's just what it says. Or I don't know.
We need to do our research on that.
But I really I have to say to you, I really encourage everyone to go watch that show. She talked about how everyone was, she was clocking Ace the whole time. She was clocking how, like she was like talking about Zach. She really went in on Zach K. That's the bowl haircut weirdo, right? About how he like, the audacity of this mofo, like just, oh, I think actually I am in love with Amaya, like out of nowhere, and Amaya being so nice to him, and she says to Amaya like, oh, I just wanted you to be like I mean, like I just wanted you to see that like this isn't right or this is all wrong or he's not here for the right reason, and Amaya's like, oh, honey, I know, like she just really like gave so much like. She's got manners. She's polite and doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But like when you ask her the question straight up, she'll deliver. She was talking about how the looks on the faces of Ace and Sierra when they announced Amaya as being the most genuine and the most loved and America's favorite, and how they like their mind, like it looked like their heads were about to fall off their heads, like they were gobsmacked. And that's what I loved so much is remembering those times, remembering that there was a crew of people that were trying to maneuver people out. And I had talked about this before, and now I'm just like so evil, like more than ever. I'm like 10 toes down in it, which remind me about 10 toes down. I have to tell you about that.
Okay.
I think that they sent Hannah home because they had the chance to send someone home, and they didn't think that Amaya would ever win.
Totally.
And I just love that everyone there, and especially Ace, didn't even make the final four, and his bro did. Like the guy that he, like, I think he really thought I'm masterminding this whole thing, and then like he didn't even.
This is why you gotta go into this show the way Amaya did. Like
Yes.
Amaya really went in for love.
Yes.
And she met seemingly, right?
Yeah.
Like a great dude. If you go in to play the game, you will lose.
Yeah.
Because we are smarter than you think.
Yeah.
And you can't, I say it all the time. When the lights go down, the IQs go up.
Yeah. That night that happened, that they found out that Amaya was number one, Sierra was the whole time sitting on like the first row of risers with the broad squad, you know, the Alandria and Shelly, and I think maybe Huda was down there. I don't know. Maybe not. After they called it, Sierra was sitting up on the third row next to Amaya. Like just little things that people have been pointing out in retrospect, like
Wait,
looking.
say that again? What?
Like Sierra was always with the girl. She was kind of like the leader of those girls. I mean, not so much further than Shelly, but like I think that Sierra, to me, she seemed like the kind of the leader of that pack. And after, she was always sitting with her girls. And then after Amaya got called, the way that night ended, it shows that she's sitting up on next, like it's like little risers, like a 3-row riser. She was sitting on top with Amaya after that. And everybody was just so much nicer to her after that. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, papaya!" But Huda was always cool to her. Huda and her had like an understanding of each other.
And I think Iris was always sweet with her.
Yeah. Oh, and Iris. I think she says that Huda and Iris were super sweet to her.
Yeah.
And like, I think that her and Huda have like a soul, like a
Yeah, she was
soulmate
talking
vibe.
about that.
Like they
Yeah.
both have similar, different, but the
She also said
anxious
Alandria,
attachment.
She was like, Alandria was always cool
yeah.
with me, gave me great advice.
Yeah. But that was just like my whole thing, is like my favorite part about the finale has really been listening to the pods and having people remind me of how things went down.
Yeah.
And just being like, it's just the greatest thing ever, that the girl that no one thought had a chance in hell, she swept.
Yeah.
Like that's brilliant. And this country needed that.
1,000%.
Yeah.
What were you going to say about 10 Toes Down?
Oh, you have Roku. If anybody is watching their Rokus, this is fucking crazy, because everyone's in on papaya. So you know how it has that moving thing where it's just like whenever it's like the screensaver.
That's epic. You need to screenshot that and put that on I don't know if it's going to break any rules.
No. If you haven't seen it, if you don't have a Roku, there's a screensaver that's like just like very like Hollywood centric old movies. Like there's like Godzilla, and just all throughout, and it just moves. It's a screensaver for your Roku, and there is a movie showing called "Not One Toe Missing," and I just think like even Roku got on.
It's so good. It's so good. This is part of why I love this show so much, because it gets into all of our worlds.
Yeah.
And it's just something that, like, the way they build community within the show. And this was definitely the most like off season for that, because a lot of times you see them a lot tighter and there aren't so many people having, what do they call them, crash outs or whatever.
Yeah.
But even at that, like, you saw real friendships develop.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're out at, like how Cubby had said last week, they were at work, they went to the bathroom and someone just said, "Hey, did you see the last episode of Love Island?" And all of a sudden everyone in that bathroom is best friends.
Yeah.
And now it's like you're watching Roku and they're in on it. And it just feels good.
Yeah.
To be in on something that is uplifting and sweet, especially when you have a heroine like Amaya. Like, she just, I'm excited about this journey for her. I thought it was interesting as a lifelong fan that I've never seen a breakup in the last episode.
Oh yeah.
So that was really wild to witness.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that they did it, because it would have felt super fucking false if they stood up there, because you could see them coming apart at the seams.
Yeah.
Like how we all noted with our last episode when they were going around for like the pit and the peak. Chris didn't mention one thing about Huda.
Yeah.
And I really thought he just showed his ass in a not great way in this last episode, where it like, yeah, you could walk. And it's just like, I get it. She's looking for attention, but you're also playing a game back with her. And it's like, just be a gentleman, pick her up, you're 800 feet tall. She's a little tic tac. Like, it's not going to stress you out
Yeah.
to do. There was something else that he had
He
done.
got real. You were like, "What are you doing, dude?" Like, I can't
That
remember what you
was
said.
like I think I felt I like Chris. I like Chris a
Yeah.
lot. I think he's a good guy. Whatever. I think he's got some things going on, but who doesn't? Um, I give him a pass on the carrying her back thing. Like, could he have done it 100%? Should like everyone spent the whole season talking about how manipulative Huda was, and every time a dude, Jeremiah or whoever, would start to like peel back or get agitated, she would flash those fuck me eyes, and like Sarah McBride talks about that a lot, like that she did her little magic tricks, and the next thing you know, and you're like you're back in the spider web. He might have been the only person that knew that and was like, nope, no, we're done. You said it. You ended the shit with me while this lady was singing. I can't like, I'm not doing it. You want it, you're gonna, and then you're gonna laser beam me in the eyeballs again. It's close range, and that shit, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So that was that when he said no, I was like, all right, yeah.
You know what I think it is? It's more bigger picture for me. To me, Chris felt a little gameplay in the sense of like, you tell me what you want to do. Or like he would leave these kind of like open-ended questions with her to see how she was feeling so that she was the first to jump and not him. And I felt like he kept doing it in the last like week, I guess, that they were on the island together. And instead of just being like, he could have, to me, he could have played it two different ways and it would have come off really sweet. He could have been like, I'm not going to carry you, but let's hold hands and walk out together. Like, you know what I mean? It could have just been sweet like that. Or just like, all right, you ding dong, get on my back. Let's end this thing together. Like, he could have made a joke out of it. Right. And I just thought it was kind of petty of him, but I thought he had been a little petty boots throughout the last like week-ish that they were together. And even in the breakup when he was, listen, she could, I still stand by everything I've said about her, where it's like there's some toxic behavior there and she really needs to see a therapist, and her crash out was nar, and I don't appreciate shit like that on a family show. Just kidding. It's not a family show. But still, I thought he was kind of meeting her a little bit with some of his actions. And I just was like, and I like Chris. I don't think he's a bad dude. I just think like if you add up all of it, your peak moments didn't have anything to do with her. Now you're not carrying her out. You ask her, so what do you want to do? Like, so why are you crying? Because she's hurt. Like, I just felt like it was all baiting her.
So he, I think, really liked her and did not want,
I agree,
to break up. I think he was, when she was crying, I think that he was trying to be like, why are you crying? And thinking that she was going to go, okay, I don't really want to, like, do you want to break? It just seems like you don't want to. Like, I think that he thought that was like a second, whatever.
Yep.
Another thing that somebody pointed out, when they had originally walked there, it showed like the first part of the video. He had on these water shoes. And then when he got out, he must have taken them off and like handed them to whoever it was there. So when he walked out the first time, he's barefoot. And it seemed to her that he was planning on carrying her and just went to go get those shoes because it's like probably like mossy and slippery and whatever. Shows him coming back with the shoes on again. And that's when he was like, why are you crying? And she's like, you know, saying, I think her answer, because he was also on Nick Viall today. This girl thinks that he thought that her answer was going to be something different than it was, when her answer was, I'm crying because it's like I'm trying to make good choices, and I've never like ended it with someone that I actually liked, you know, but like just know that it's not a fit or whatever. So she was like crying with her own self-growth, I guess, you know, emotional about just growing as a young lady. Clearly not the answer he wanted to hear. So then the blogger that was the TikToker that was talking about this said that he didn't carry her back to humiliate her because he had gone to get the shoes. He came back with the shoes on. She didn't have the answer that he wanted. And he just not like she's saying, she used the word humiliate. I think it was just more like he was humiliated. He was
Yeah.
pouting. He was just being pouty and wasn't gonna do. And it's just like, come on, dude. Like you're a big dude, and she's this little thing, and she has her high heels on with straps, so she's gonna have to like
That's what I mean, like, it
unbuckle.
just
they're
not
not.
such an
They're not
easy
some little
lift, pun
slide, you
intended.
know. Yeah, not some. Yeah, and yeah, he should have, and he didn't, and I think he regrets that because I think he's getting a lot of shit for it. So even when he was like ending the pod with Nick, I think Nick was like, "Do you want to tell anyone anything else you want to let the people know?" And I think that Nick, if I'm remembering correctly, I thought he's clearly asking, basically saying like, what's your Instagram handle?
Yeah.
Like, how do people, where do people find you or
Yeah.
whatever? And he was like, I just want to say that don't judge me on me not carrying her back. Like, I think he's seeing that
Yeah,
it was
it was
not
just
the right
petty.
move, and he's like, I think he probably wishes he would have just done it, but like he just felt like he's like, you've made your choice. I would carry my girl. Of course I'm gonna carry my girl across someone. You've just told me like that's not what you want. So like I'm not gonna treat you like you're my girl if you're not my girl. Another thing he said is he's staying with Huda right now. They're bros now, like already. Like they're totally fine. He still likes her
Of course he does.
and is trying to get over that. And Nick was like, well, do you foresee something? And it just almost seemed like he was just basically saying no, probably because like Huda has told me no. Even again, I tried to ask her again last night, and she's not doing it.
Where does she live?
I think they're just staying in hotels here. Because when Iris and Pepe were on Girls in the Office, the whole Love Island cast is these last
they're
people,
all
they're all in
somewhere,
LA
yeah.
right now. But Iris and Pepe are staying at their families' homes because they live here.
Yeah. And then the other thing was that I was like,
Or their
of
apartments,
course you do. Nick asked him what he wanted to do after this, and he'd like to be a scripted actor. Chris, the basketball guy, is coming to LA to try his hand at scripted acting.
Scripted acting.
That's what he called it.
Is there a different non-scripted acting that I don't know of? Is that miming?
I think that
What is
maybe he was trying to
non-scripted
differentiate that he didn't
Between
want to be on reality
reality.
shows.
Oh, he tried these non-scripted acting already. Thought he
I
did.
think he got a wire
pretty
cross.
good at it, and thought he'd give the old scripted one a try now.
And
What an idiot!
no, even worse. It's just like, oh, bro.
So glad I spent 4 years studying the craft of acting.
Oh, yeah. This is what he says. No, I know I could do it. I just need my shot, you know?
Pew pew! That's your shot,
Good
Chris.
luck to you, bro. Welcome to Hollywood.
And I don't mean that to be
I
a
can't
dick.
wait to see
I
how
just
Hold
mean
on.
like
No,
Who's the dipshit on season 6 that everyone's in love with?
is it Rob?
Chris, you're gonna have to wait for Rob to get through all his auditions.
Is
and
he
then
doing that? I'm not. Wait, you're way ahead of me.
that
No
dude,
spoilers.
Rob has got to be doing unspeakable YouTube things to every motherfucker at CAA and William Morris to get a scripted acting job.
oh, is he working?
Yeah,
No,
no
probably
spoilers.
I just people are gonna really tune out now when I say this, and I can't even. I need to remember how to pronounce this person's name, but I think it's like Goethe or something like that. But it's some old famous poet, and just said, "I wish the stage were as high and mighty as a tightrope, for then only the most trained would dare venture out upon it." And as a thespian, I'm not saying that I don't want people to be act, but like, do the work, get training, study the shit, learn how to break down a script. You can't just go out and be like, I'm just going to act. It's like, even if you're a singer, even if you have a beautiful voice, you have to train so you don't burn out your vocal cords, so you can go on tour and be a Celine Dion or whatever. Like, it just drives me crazy when people are like, I'm just going to go
I know.
do this thing that people have trained their whole lives for. It's so hard, and this industry is so. Anyway, sorry.
No,
that's
no,
another
don't.
show
No,
for
I'm
another
just
day.
like, no, you're all right. But then also another thing, because listen, cards on the table. I like Chris this whole time. I thought he was great for her. Like obviously at times you saw that like they were not a match.
Yeah.
But like so much of his sensibilities would go well with her. Just so close. No cigar.
Yeah.
Would they like? I know that, and I'm just now kind of asking this question because I know I feel like probably been there with you all this whole time. But would they? Because as much as Chris is like super calm and super like, well, tell me how and that, you know, like it seems like he's very in control and like
He's a
puts her.
moody bitch, I think.
He's a
Yes,
he's a moody
moody
bitch
bee.
because of his career or not
Yeah.
having the career that he thought grew up as a kid wanting or thought he was going to have. And again, like somebody did a comparison of his and Pepe's or Pepe's the other basketball player,
Yeah.
right? Of his and Pepe's career. Chris didn't have a shit. Like he's probably just missing out on being like the 11th or 10th, 12th dude on an NBA roster. No joke. And those guys, that kind of comes down to attitude a lot of times. Like they're all that good. Who's not going to be a baby or whiner or like be kind of bitchy, you know, if they're crazy good, cool, we'll take them. Like you can deal with that. But so like, I don't know if Chris is the Megan the Stallion take her to pick her up and put her in her seat kind of guy, but he is like he's calm enough, like where Jeremiah would get a little flustered and frustrated, and she could get him to snap. Chris isn't gonna snap, but also you need somebody who's gonna snap and be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She needs someone who's going to snap in the appropriate way at the appropriate time. And Chris is never going to do it.
I think Chris has a lot of good attributes there. Like you were saying, like close but no cigar. I just think his Achilles heel is he is a little tiny bit of a game player. And I don't necessarily even know if he's cognizant of it. I think he is scared.
Yeah.
And he lets that dictate his actions as opposed to saying like, listen, I could leave here with egg on my face. I like you. I think we vibe. We have great chemistry. Let's see if we can figure this out. Cause he would push her to the point, like he would push their relationship to the point where you think he's the one saying something and then he would leave it up to her. Like, well, what do you want? Or like, well, don't you think I like you? And it's like, no, just be like, I like you. I'm here. I want to do this. You game or you not game? And I felt like he never was that direct with her.
No, he wasn't. And also his ex-girlfriend chimes in, who, whatever this means to anyone, maybe it doesn't mean anything. Maybe everyone's chasing clout, but she didn't chime in until it was all over. So like, that's something
lovely
to me. Yeah. And she says,
this piece of shit.
she says, Chris is my ex, and my take is that he is highly avoidant and weaponizes his emotional intelligence to get women to be extremely invested in him. He idealizes romance, but when the closeness becomes real, he is unable to handle criticism, and he becomes very cold and passive-aggressive. Then when you try to end it with him, he repeats this cycle. He's very toxic, y'all. Just haven't had the time to see it. But I do think he's similar to Pepe in serial monogamy. Yes, he's very loyal for sure. So like,
that's kind of what, I mean, we said it in a nicer way, but that's kind of what we were getting at. Where it's just
I think he's every single, this entire thing. And I think he is probably very loyal.
Yeah.
And like
same.
cheating's not a thing for him.
No.
It's way, he's way more like in the dynamic, the game of the, like there's no shame to cheating when you're up and dug into all those dramatics, you know, and
well, let's get into Pepe and Iris because she brought her up as Pepe being a serial monogamist. I'm not mad at the serial monogamist if you really are into the person and like it seems like a legit relationship. And I have to say, this last episode, I found myself maybe the last like 2 or 3 so taken with Pepe and Iris.
Dude.
Like, I love how he kisses her. I like how she leans into him. I feel like they are the exact same vibe.
Yeah.
Like they are marching to whatever beat it is, they're on the same beat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
so in sync with one another.
Yeah.
See, and granted, I know we know 5 seconds of them, but
I totally agree.
off the top.
I totally agree. Even when he was in the villa, and like, granted, yes, he is with Iris now, and this was about Hannah, but like, you know, like we said, like he didn't dick around. Like when he wasn't feeling it, he wasn't feeling it. He wasn't trying to get involved with people he wasn't super into. And then he said, and then he did go hard forehand, like the standing on business night or whatever.
Yeah.
He did get into it with the girls and was like, "You guys, I don't know why you did that." Like
Yeah.
he brought it to them. He talks about it again on something else I saw him on, and that it's all fine since then, and it's all squash and everyone's cool and
Yeah.
all brothers and sisters and yada yada. But he stands on. God, I hate saying standing on. I hate that, but like
Yeah.
he just means what he says and he says what he means. He doesn't talk a big
Yeah, I think he's
anything. If he doesn't have anything to
straightforward.
say, he doesn't. And he seems super loyal. He was really into Hannah. They were together for 2 weeks, and then I feel like
God,
he
was it 2 weeks?
yeah, that's what he said.
Wow.
And then, which sounds like nothing, but in
Love
there,
Island,
he
that
said
may as well be a
2
year.
days feels like forever. Like that, you can't believe how invested you get into someone. It's almost like they are your only connection on the entire earth.
An interesting way to put that is like, so you meet someone at, let's say you meet someone at a party, right? And you spend a couple hours with them and you have a really good time. And then the next day you text your buddy who threw the party, and you're like, yo, dude, who's that f***ing girl, Sarah? What? Blah, blah. Oh, that's my friend's roommate. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Can you give me her number? I wanted to ask her if she wanted to have dinner. But and then hey, yeah, oh yeah, I had a really good time. Do you want to have dinner or something? And then let's say you have a great dinner and maybe some froyo after, and you got 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
And okay, cool. We're at 5 hours now. So then like next weekend you want to get together and like, yeah, maybe we'll go grab lunch and we get a 2-hour lunch in. And then maybe the following weekend we're gonna do a whole day, like an afternoon in the park. We can get like a 5 or 6 hour situation. Okay, we're still at like 10 hours of total time
Yeah.
over 3
Yeah.
weeks getting to know someone
Yeah.
versus these sleep for probably 5 hours. So that's 48 hours minus 10. That's 38 hours
Yeah.
that these guys are making out with each other.
And you're sharing a bed with someone
Yeah.
in the
like,
blink of
so
an eye.
that's 13 or 14 dates. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If you squish them all together.
Totally.
So it's like, it's not that crazy that people are like, well,
I
love
don't think
him.
it's crazy because I say it all the time on the show for different shows that we cover. I call them cruise crushes.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like you're in this isolated
Yeah.
environment with someone. There's no, essentially, right? Like there's no clocks. There's nowhere there's only so many places you can go,
Yeah.
because you're stuck on this boat, and you develop these really intense feelings really quickly with people. So when they talk about it, I never think it sounds nuts. The maths to me.
Yeah. When one of you mentioned that they don't have clocks, I kind of thought like you were joking. Like I didn't realize that they don't ever, you have no idea what day it is
Yeah.
or what time it is. And they said that Pepe had like literally figured out how to like, he was like basically the human sundial. Like he could figure out like, okay, it's over that chair now. When it was over that chair the other day, that was 2 hours before we had dinner, or like whatever it was. So
Yeah.
they'd be like, they'd ask him, Pepe, what time is it? He'd be like, 3 or 4.
That's wild
I know.
to not know what time it is for
It's so weird.
2 months.
Yeah.
That's got to be a little disorienting.
No, it's super disorienting. And not know what day it is, to not know if it's a Saturday or a Wednesday. That's weird. Also, last thing just about Chris and Huda. That night that she was trying to get him to hook up with her, and he was like, no, dude, like I'm going to sleep. It was because they had to be up in 2 hours. They were only going to sleep for whatever that laundry list of activities was the next day. They had 2 hours to sleep that night. So he's like, no.
Yeah, like, let go of my
I'm a
wiener.
big dude. Like I require maintenance,
lot of
like it's not
downtime
just
to
like,
more than
recharge.
yeah,
a
like
nap.
I sleep 2 hours every night, but like I'm not a dude that plays pro basketball that like needs to eat at certain times and to, reset
they
and
were
all the
talking
things.
about that a lot, and this season, and they hadn't in prior seasons. Like they almost made it seem like, okay, it's lights out at 11
Yeah.
and lights up at 8 or whatever.
Yeah.
But this season they kept saying like, you get no sleep in this villa,
Mm-hmm.
which I just thought was
Yeah.
super interesting.
Totally. Did you also know that Nick didn't bring any clothes? He thought he was going to be gone in like 2 or 3 days. He thought like he literally brought like 3 things. And so like if you see him wearing like a pink sweatshirt, that's one of the girls' sweatshirts. He was literally like borrowing clothes from everyone for the entire rest of the time. He had like 3 outfits
Oh
total.
my God, that's so funny.
I
I
know.
did not hear
Didn't
that.
somebody say they do that on Love is Blind too? They start swapping clothes after like a week or
Yeah.
so, couple
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, but like he really thought, oh, I'll be in and out, and brought like a duffel bag.
I also think that maybe it's just for the girls, but I thought it was for the guys also. I could have sworn in a past season I heard that like at a certain point production starts like just dropping things in for them to wear, not like this massive wardrobe. But
Oh,
just
yeah. I feel like they had to have definitely helped
Yeah.
them dress for like the finale episode.
Oh, definitely that. But I think even before then, when, you know, it's just like you've been here for 2 months, you might need some help.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
And Megan Thee Stallion dropped off a few bathing
obviously.
suits.
Do you think Pepe and Iris, let's just say, do we think they'll be together at the reunion?
Yes. And
I do too.
and I want to amend what I said about really everyone for the reunion, even Shelly and
Shelley.
Ace. Like being again a first time watcher of this whole thing, and like just not ever like following up with like watching them fly, walk through the airport, get in their cars, go out to dinner, be at the Airbnb in LA right now. They are all so connected, almost like in a weird way. Like it's a lot. It's a little too much for me. It gets annoying. To be honest, I'm just like, I've just had too much intake of it. Like it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I'm scrolling every feed across all the platforms. And it's all anyone's talking about too. But they are enjoying this celebrity. I've never seen kids come off a show and enjoy this level of, it's like worldwide fame because the show is so massive.
Yeah.
That like I've seen them and just like people are just picking up their phones and they went to Disneyland the other day, which like you already know what's going to happen there. And then some kid saw them, picked up their phone and was just videoing them. And they couldn't walk anywhere without somebody going, oh my God. And like they were just getting like, it was so much love and adoration and fame and celebrity. Like it was just like, and Nick is having a gay old time, man. He is just like
Lapping it up.
And so is Ace. Ace is like rapping as he's walking, and the girls are just kind of like on their phones, kind of walking, you know, like, oh, hi. And like, I just think that they are right now, they could stay connected, because you've told me that there's way more people on this show that have ever stayed together,
100%.
like way more than like the Bachelor like any of those other franchises.
Yeah.
So there's clearly a crazy ass bond connection that these kids build that like I've never seen before. And so whether they stay together because they're truly bonded or
Trauma bonding.
but like also like if you're, you know, and like this is a horrible thing because Kim and Kanye are each individually Kim and Kanye, but like at a certain point someone's always asking you, hey Kim, where's Kanye? Like during that stretch, like for someone like Nick and Alandria, who are only known because they are Nick Alandria, to only be half of that, I think that you would feel lesser than after you've experienced this level of like, you know,
Is it just the final four or is it like where's Taylor and
they're all here now? They're not all together, but they're all in LA, all bunked up with each other, all out doing
having the
time
of their life.
Austin and TJ, and then someone else. Austin, TJ, and I don't know, but you know, I feel kind of bad for. I just keep seeing who's really trying to roll this through.
Charlie?
No, that one guy.
Austin.
Oh, but Charlie was with Austin and TJ, so they're all three together somewhere. I keep saying solo dude that looked like he was like Sierra's hookup for a minute at Costco. Elon. He's on his TikTok. He's always by himself though. He has no buddies.
Aww.
And he'll be like, he'll be reading questions that he's getting. And like the last one I scrolled to was him going, how did I get my boss to let me take off work? So what I did, and I was like, scroll. I don't fucking care. Even Jalen was like, Jalen went on Nick Bio and was like talking about how like all these airlines are, because they all heard his story about how he'd never been anywhere.
Yeah.
So like Delta and American want to sponsor him. They want him to go everywhere.
Yes, Jalen, do it. Get that passport stamped, boo.
I know.
Dude, I'm going on Love Island Senior Edition.
And so he's had
the golden.
He's like he had an Instagram. There were some friends, some family, whatever. He handed it over to someone to do, but I think maybe like could be show affiliated. I don't know, but it's like somebody else is handling his Insta. And
Oh wait, you mean when they go on the show?
but even still, he said he still doesn't have it back. Like
Who said that?
Jalen, that someone is still handling it all for him.
Oh, how funny.
And that he says that he's like, and they unfollowed all my friends, and now they're just following celebrities. I keep getting phone calls being like, "Oh, you too cool now, Jalen." Jalen's like, "I don't have my phone. All right, I don't even know my password." Or whatever.
That's so funny because
Why would they
Amaya didn't have
unfollow
anyone
people?
handle her social when she was gone. She literally just was like, "Whatever, I'm going to go on the show."
No, yeah,
Who
because
knows?
she found out Saturday night she had to be there on Sunday.
But
so
like,
I
she
don't
could
think
have
she
said to her mom, like,
Oh,
"Yo, give this to my
totally,
girlfriend
totally.
or whatever."
But like, I don't even know if I would tell my mom. I would probably be so scattered that I just wouldn't be.
no, I would be
thinking
like, "Yo,
about
mom,
it.
give this to Natalie."
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like she'll handle
but
my
yeah.
business.
So I don't know why she didn't, but Amaya just seems like the type to me that is
No,
just
totally.
like, I gotta get, what am I gonna wear? And then the last thing about that Jalen thing was that he was like, he's a trucker. That's what he does as
Yeah.
his job. And he was like, Nick was like, "What's next for you?" or whatever. And he's like, "I'm just gonna keep doing this social media stuff. So many people are supporting me. I can't believe these people love me so much. I just want to meet them and do the stuff on the social media." Like he didn't
Us too,
I think
Jalen.
he's just getting hit up with opportunity after opportunity,
Yeah.
and he's like, "I'm just gonna do the things that they're saying I could do."
Dude,
Lieutenant Dan invested our money in some kind of fruit company and said we never had to worry about money
Jalen.
again.
here's what you're
I
gonna
said,
do,
"That's
Jalen.
nice. One less thing to worry about."
Just buy a rig. I'm telling you, dude. Do all the social medias for the next couple of years. You're gonna make probably a couple $1,000,000 if you play your cards right. And take, I don't know, 200, 300, 400, I don't know how much those things cost, about that much. And buy your own rig. And when all the social medias stop calling, because they're going to, you will have a free truck that you can then go back to work with, and you'll make so much money.
Yeah.
Because that's the money. Like
Yeah.
the lease on the truck, or borrowing the truck, or leasing the truck. If you have your own rig as a trucker,
Not a bad
bro,
business
you
idea,
can
Jalen.
literally make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So that's my advice for him, is to do this for a couple of years and buy a truck.
Do we want to talk at all, even though I know they weren't in the final four, about Shelly and Ace, or do we feel like we covered them last week?
I mean, they're just whatever you guys have to say about them. My whole thing is just like, I've never seen Karma hit so hard, like in just such a perfect way. And the fact that Huda left here with, as of yesterday, she had 4.2 million followers. 4.2 million.
She has more than Amaya.
Yep. She has more than anyone that's ever been on the show. And she wasn't authentic, or she was maybe, or she was running game, or that's a scam. And then Ace has got like, I don't think he got many from this.
I don't think he did either. I don't think there was very much growth.
Yeah. I just like everything
Wow.
about this is like the biggest lesson of your life. Everything that you've tried to put in place, it backfired so hard.
But
The fact that you were actually in a real relationship pretty much the whole time, and like you didn't even like you lost against people that broke up on the night before the thing, and two people that got together like 3 days before the finale. Like you just don't see things work out this way that often.
But
you
that's
know?
why this show is so great.
Yeah.
Because you are seeing, first of all, it's in real time.
Yeah.
America is voting, or whatever country you're watching, UK, Australia, whatever. And we're seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
And you know that saying, 50 million fans can't be wrong?
Yeah.
I do think there is something to, not all the time, but a lot of the time, if in this situation, you're like, I don't know what it is, but I don't like how he maneuvers through the villa. I feel like even though Amaya, for some people, might be a little too much, right?
Yeah.
And like we keep learning, for me, okay? And she's not. I'm just using this as an example.
Yeah.
They're like, but she's authentic. That is who she is. She's not trying to put that. You think this girl is in that room talking to herself, like just making this up?
Yeah.
Because she thinks this is what America's going to like? No, that's who Amaya is.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people watch this thinking, he's trying to be a little manipulative with people.
Yeah.
And they picked up on it. And that's why you get these real-time
Mm-hmm.
karmic boomerangs that kind of happen in a way that we don't see on any other show.
One more thing that Chris said, because they asked him about, did Huda go too far on that night of thing? with Shelley and Ace. First of all, he said that it was true that all three of them talked about it, that Huda brought back Chris for Shelley. Now they get back to the villa and Shelley's clearly into Ace, and Chris says, I had no idea she was like that locked in with someone already and like had that like long running of a connection. Like I really thought that like we were just basically both going to be trying to like exploring her and whatever. But he's like, and I realized pretty quickly that was not the case and that they had a very deep connection. And he said, and I saw the way that he opened up to Shelley and I saw the way that she let him open up. And he goes, as a Black man, I never see that. It's rare to see another man do that and it also have that other woman accept that from him. And he's like, I'm not one for that kind of competition. Like that is not my bag. I was not there to break anyone up. I wasn't there to cause any problems. So like I liked Huda, and then the moment that I realized like I'm not getting involved in this situation, I just opened myself up to Huda, and then like that happened, and there was no one else there for Huda either. So like the way that they made it sound like yes, like Huda didn't really have much of a connection at the casa, and said like I'll just bring him back, like I'll be the reason that this guy will get back, and it did turn into something more with them. But like Shelley was fully locked in with even though they weren't closed off yet or whatever. Like it was apparent to anyone like these two are like that's a wrap on them, you know. And then also Chris said that before that last challenge, when Huda did her thing,
the heart rate challenge,
he said they had a whole powwow. Is anyone like here, whole cast, are there any boundaries? Is there anyone here that's closed off? Anyone that like you want to say like I'm not cool with this, I'm not cool with that? Name, like started listing like the actions, like whether it's kissing or touching or whatever.
Name them.
Exactly. And no one said anything.
And Amaya said something similar too when she was talking about that on Call Her Daddy. She said, we specifically were using the term closed off.
Yeah.
And if we knew that was the case, then nobody like in challenges would go for that person. But if you didn't say it, it meant, and we all knew it, that it's fair game. Like I could make out with you. I could stick my ass in your face or do whatever. Because like if I'm going to go hard for a challenge, I know that you're included in that because you haven't said that you are closed off.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that clarity. And I like also that you're expressing the same thing from Chris saying this, because we both felt, and I can't remember what Mike's stance was on it, but like, it's a challenge and none of you guys are closed off. And like, this is the game part of it. So like you can't get that pissed. If you want no one to touch him, you got to be closed off.
Yeah.
And you didn't do it. You guys waited till the day before it all ended, essentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
no,
you got
they
voted
totally
off that next day.
Yeah. Because you dicked around because you just thought like, if it was that apparent to Chris when he walked into that place and was like, oh, this isn't a thing. Like, I'm not here. Like she didn't, no, like for a dude that had never met Ace before, had never seen them together before, knew it that instantly. And for them to still wait until the day before their last day there to decide to close off. Like, I don't respect that. I'm like, I don't know why you're doing that. And whatever the reason is, it's clearly contrived. Like
I'm curious for you guys to finish this season 6. And like I said, I really want you to go back and also watch season 5, just because I think it was a stellar season. Not now, just when you've got free time.
I don't think I can. It's too many episodes.
Chris says that's his favorite one is 5.
Me too.
When he got on the show, he'd never seen anything. And so he went back and watched. And he's like, I watched 5. And then I think he watched some of 6. And he was like, 5 hands down was my favorite.
I love
And then
5.
whoever he was talking to, they were like, that's a hot take. That 6 wasn't your favorite. And he's like, no, 5 was my favorite because of, is there a guy named there with a B? No, that's
Bergie.
Is that from 5?
Bergie and
is that from 5?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's
Marco and Hannah. I love these kids so much. And Taylor. But point being,
and then they go, why did you like that? When he goes, the drama
is really good. Chris, I agree with you. But my point is, like, if you did watch any other seasons, you would see that going into the finale, there were closed off couples.
Yeah.
This time, there was not one. Did Amaya and Brian close off? No.
Yeah, no, they did
At the Hideaway.
no, I think after that. Wait, didn't they?
I don't think so. I don't think there was one closed off couple going into the finale this year, which is rare. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh,
Anyway.
wow.
The only two got booted.
So do you have anything else to say about Pepe and Iris?
Like they just never. It just like, okay, cool. You guys are on a TV show here, and they're gonna cut to you once in a while in your little chair in the corner.
Yeah.
Which like fine, whatever. But yeah, they definitely grew on me the last couple episodes. Just because I feel like I don't know why. I feel like they might be together for a little while.
Me too.
And then Pepe said something that kind of hit me of when he was like, there's something that he always thinks about is like, he's really like, he's the best at basketball, right? But he also wanted to learn how to play guitar and piano and surf and golf and what, right?
That's
and
you.
I'm the best at coming up with TV shows, but I also like to play golf and ride bikes
And play the
and
guitar and play the
guitar
piano.
and play the piano and I have 2 different bikes and maybe I got into rock climbing and backpacking and like
there's a brand new what's outside right now.
don't worry about what's outside right now. That's for my fitness
Workout
channel.
Sports Center.
My fitness, I'm going into my fitness influencer era.
You and Jalen.
Yeah, but like, had Pepe focused on basketball, maybe don't know. He's in the NBA, and had Mike focused on just TV shows, maybe
Mike would be in the NBA.
Yeah. No, but like maybe Mike sells more shows and sells like shows that are actually on TV that you've actually heard about.
You know
and like,
how I feel about people talking about themselves in the third person.
and maybe Mike and Pepe would have done a show after Pepe retired from the NBA, like a prank show. Like what's his name's doing? Anyways, Pepe said that, and I was like, again, we have these little moments on these shows that are like, oh, that happened to me once. Yeah. So that was like the first thing I'd ever heard Pepe say that I was like, okay, hey, that's the first thing I ever heard you say ever. And it was a nice piece of information.
Yeah.
Like just like a little, piece of in him that I felt like I get connected with.
Totally. I just to close out on them, I don't know if any of you will understand what I mean when I say this, but I hope so. For some reason, and I mean this in the best way possible with all the love in my heart, like there's something like sleepy about them.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like she just always looks like she woke up from a nap, like in the cutest way possible. You know how sometimes you wake up from a nap and like you have the perfect bed head and your cheeks are little pinkies, and like he just looks like he just woke up also, and then they're just gonna like up and then maybe get
a breakfast burrito.
Yes, totally. That's right.
So
Like
did she grow up in California?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why she's like that. That's a California girl.
Yeah.
Speaking from a California boy. And he is as close to as a California, like California is his spot. These are
Where
Southern
does he
California
live, though?
people.
LA.
He lives in LA.
He said something about it being like an hour and a half away.
Oh, wait, maybe you were saying San Diego.
I thought San Diego, but San Diego is like 3
8
hours.
hours away
Yeah,
with traffic.
it's so far.
In traffic, it is, but you can get there. In an hour and a half.
Good luck finding any.
Yeah.
a time
There's
to get
another
to San
pandemic, Pepe.
Yeah,
You're
I was
an hour.
just there. Listen, I don't remember it taking that long either. I was surprised, but I feel like it took I think it took almost 3 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes or something.
I had to drive to a wedding in San Diego.
Maybe he lives in Orange County.
Maybe he does.
For one of my best friends. So I would do it again, but it was on a Friday. It took me 4.5 hours to get there.
Yeah,
which is insane. Anyway, okay, let's dive in real quick to Nick and Alandria. Listen, so many people said this coming out of the villa, like their castmates. People in our comments have said this. All three of us completely missed that there was gun to my head, if someone's like, is there sexual chemistry between Nick and Alandria? You say, no, I'm killing you. I'd be like, pull the trigger. I'm
still there, Courtney.
I'm still there. I don't see
You're still there
it.
too?
Yes.
Yeah, are you?
I think so.
They're going to make it like I said, what I've witnessed, I think that kind of fuel that I'm witnessing,
Yeah.
that can go a while.
Totally.
But
and I love
that
them.
dude is never going to be into her like that. I don't know why. I could see her being open to it, but him,
How?
he
She's a
looks like a
fucking-
deer in headlights.
But she's like a Barbie. Like,
I
who's
know,
not into
that's-
Alandria?
I think that she, okay, I'm sure, like, this stupid question, but like, have you ever like been friends with someone and then like you both find each other incredibly attractive,
Yeah.
but like like for however long you've just been friends, and then one night you end up sleeping over and kissing and hooking up and whatever, and then like you wake up the next day and you're like you just want to punch him in the shoulder. Like, they're just your friend. Like, there's some people that are just like, I don't feel my feminine energy is doing anything here, and like I don't like I'm not really I don't find you that like not like you're not masculine, but like I'm not getting that sex masculine vibe from you. Like I'm
getting like
just,
my dude masculine.
yeah, like you're very
vibe.
good looking, and like like I could name 15 girls right now that would want to bang you, but like I'm not feeling my role in your little my little nuzzle and your little nook. You know, like I don't want to do that. I just want to move on with my life.
There is a lid for your pot somewhere out there. Can I just say, someone in our comments had a great picture that they painted for me about this. So I'm excited to read it, because I was like, that makes a lot of sense. I'm not there yet. And I want to be there because I friggin' love these two. You know what I feel like? I feel like it's like the Tupperware, that it should match. It should fit. But every time I push it on, it pops right off.
Yeah.
And I can't get it to match.
Alandria doesn't look at him like he's providing anything. Like, she's too smart. She's too independent. Aside from just like getting like the cutest boy on the show, which I think that you can ride that for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, you can ride that for a minute.
More than a minute if you step up your game, Nick.
I don't know if this is a Nick thing, but Nick is reminding me of Nick from Love is Blind, whose mommy.
No way.
Just listen.
Okay.
You've done this before with them, I think.
Whose mommied him.
Mamacita?
And took care of him and babied him. And I think Nick's mom probably does the same thing. And that's how you get a bright-eyed, super positive, like, whoa, all shucks kind of guy.
He's got
is
some
a
TikToks
dude
with her.
whose mom just kind of thought she was just the apple of her, you know, like, that's the guy you get most of the time. Nothing wrong with that guy. But that guy's going to he's going to need a specific woman. And it might be an Alandria, if Alandria is okay being a mom to her partner.
Yeah.
I don't know if she is down for that kind of relationship, but I don't know. If she did, I don't know if I would be surprised if I found her in that kind of relationship in 10 or 15 years. But Nick is going to need that type of person, a mom. He's going to need a mom. And I don't know a ton of chicks
Well,
that
Alandria
want
is
to fuck their kids.
okay. I feel like this just got real weird.
That's not making it.
That's good for merch. That's not gonna make
That's not gonna make it.
I do feel like Alandria is very maternal. Like, a lot of the girls would always say she would give me such good advice. She kept with the one exception that when she, really unloaded on Taylor, I do feel like she kept a fairly level.
Well, she wasn't wrong.
Yeah, she
by the way,
didn't. I wouldn't even call it an unloading. That was just you getting what you deserved.
Yeah,
dummy.
I support it. I'm just saying she was a bit spicy mayo on that episode. Anyway, I just will never not think it's funny that the three of us normally can cover the entire map of the United States, in the sense of like, okay, there's a group that's going to think the way Nat's thinking, or Mark, or Cord, or whatever. All three of us
Or like
miss
this.
Huh?
Like,
all three of us.
We're all
even
looking at
now.
it like, maybe if I go from this angle, maybe if I lay on my back and look up.
Yeah.
Like,
Let me
maybe
read
if I-
Harris's comment
maybe if I
again.
put my sunglasses.
Because
Yeah,
he
exactly.
loves them.
And there's so many people that are writing so hard, like they are convinced. And that's why I was like, Like we were all totally open to like, oh, I clearly missed something because of the stamina that this cult has, of the cult of Nick and Alandria.
But also, I was thinking, and I'm never this person. I'm like, production is trying to snow us because they want happy endings for everybody. Like, when they all go up and read those things to one another. And even with Huda and Chris, even though they broke up, it was still so good. And you felt like you're leaving a movie where you get everything you want. Like, oh, okay, they didn't end up together, but there was growth there, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm literally thinking to myself, for probably the first time ever, this is production. They're trying to like rewrite history. And if we just keep saying it enough, people will believe it.
Yeah.
But now I'm listening to all these kids that have left the villa and they're all saying the same thing. They're like, no, dude, he was always looking at her a certain way. Or from the very beginning, you could tell that there was a spark there, but she got into Taylor really quickly and he got into Sierra really quickly. Like I said, gun to my head, pull the trigger because I still can't see it.
I'm telling you that there's nothing like they've come up with an excuse for this too. But if they had every single chance and took that chance and tried that chance and went up to Soul Ties and made out and both literally came apart and were like, they didn't say it in this moment, but like within probably 12 hours, we're like, nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Nothing. It was nice. So great kisser.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but look at like literally critique, like saying each other's like, great kisser though, but like just saying it as if like you might never see this person again. And it will mean nothing at all to you, like, and they'll be like, oh, well, but I was still focused on Sierra and I was still focused on Taylor. Nobody else in this villa let anyone else get in their way. Like, and honestly, Nick didn't really either. Nick never really he didn't threaten me with a good time. He was down to party wherever he could get it. He tried to go for everyone, really, if you start looking back and going one by one. I still think that whatever they've got going, I think that when the mom, because the mom and sister were like, we were thinking it was you from the beginning. I think I do not put it past the show at all to get the mom and the sister there and be like, and kind of just give them the rundown, like how this works. Like, America's going to believe what you believe, like root for them, support them. Like everyone is looking to you to, I think they said this to all the parents, like
they also, I'm sure,
and I'm sure the parents know how it, like we're the only ones that ever watched this show before everyone else has watched every season of this show. They all know how this works, if nobody was not on board there.
But I also think you're caught up in the moment. Like, here's your kid doing this thing that's this sensation that's sweeping the nation. Their lives are probably going to be forever changed from it. You also want them to fall in love. Yeah. It's not like they're serving up for either one of them a crappy person. It's like Alandria is this amazing catch. So Nick seems like a great dude. So of course you're going to come in and be like, there's this wild turn of events. I'm sure you saw it at home. Now they're together and like, they're so happy.
Yeah.
Can't wait for you to enter the villa. And like, of course they're going to be on the Nick and Alandria train.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alandric is such a better name. Sorry. I can't help it.
No, I know. Nick Viall, as all of us, have been clocking Ace the whole time and just being like, and so he was asking Taylor about it and saying like, it just seemed like Ace was making decisions for you and for whatever. And Taylor was like, no, to send Jeremiah home, that wasn't Ace. That was me and Ace. Like, first of all, I think it's funny. Like, guys would rather fess up to being that they were part of something that they really weren't. Yeah. Rather than you insinuate that they don't have a brain of their own.
Yeah. That guy having a bigger dong.
Yeah. That they were being manipulated by someone. Like, girls would be like, that bitch, I can't believe it. She did totally tell me that. I don't know why I want to, I would so easily do that. But a dude would sooner die than be like, oh, you got manhandled. Yeah. Like by another dude. You got tricked into something. Like, they would never say that. But he said that
who, Taylor?
Yes, that Jeremiah was laying it on way too thick and she couldn't really like get away from him and whatever. Like Taylor's saying all this to Nick Viall. Fucking Andrina enters the chat and says, I never said that. I don't know what he's talking about. I never said that.
I love that she cleared the record.
I'm not the one. Yeah, it was amazing. And then Nick is now saying, "Oh, there's a scene that there's a clip that you guys have to see that will really explain all of this." And the girl that was on the I didn't recognize the girl. I'd never seen this podcaster before, and she was like, "Oh, like what?" And he was like, "I'll just wait for them to play it." And she goes, "But who's gonna play it? Where's it playing? Where can I catch this clip?" And he goes, I'm hoping they'll play it at the reunion." And she goes, "Have you seen this before?" And he goes, "No, but like it's this thing that happened, and like I think like they better show it to you at the reunion." And she was like, "Okay, what if they don't?" And he goes, "Crash out. I'm gonna crash out if they don't."
Nick was saying this?
Nick was saying this.
What's the scene about?
I don't know, but it's supposed to unveil this other side of Jeremiah that I think that they are like freaking out that everyone has clocked them for what they did. They're sick of the harassment. I think that's probably why Chris said, "I just want to say this. I please don't hate on me that I didn't carry her across the water, because there's 4.2 million people out there right now
That's
that are probably
crazy.
like, beep, beep, bop, beep, beep." And I think that all the guys are getting that in some respect. If they were a part of that trio that, fucked everyone over. And poor little Hannah and poor little Jeremiah.
She has 3.5 million.
Oh, then it went down.
Maybe. But
How did
still,
she
that's
lose
crazy.
that many?
Oh, Huda, what'd you say?
Oh, wait, are you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, the TikTok.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So altogether, what is that? 7.7.
Dude. Okay, wait.
Oh, Huda's going to be, oh my God, wait, this is so funny. She's going to be on Call Her Daddy.
Oh, good.
And her caption.
She's at 4.7 now.
Wait, her caption is Call Her Mommy.
Ah. Did you see when they did the promo for Amaya? It just showed you the back of a girl walking. It was
bathing suit?
Amaya, and she had a pink bikini.
So cute.
With a mic pack around her waist.
So cute.
I know.
Oh, look, it's
And
Amaya
then-
and Huda.
Wait,
Yeah,
didn't
they
she
love
do
each
the
other so
interview in a
much.
bikini?
No, she was in a little pink dress. She just walked up the stairs in her bikini. And then, what's her name? Alex Cooper was wearing a sweatshirt that she had made that just said "Sensitive Gangster" on it.
Yeah. God, that is so good.
I know.
Speaking of the sensitive gangster, I
Alex
have
Cooper's
this.
gonna
What,
sell
Mike?
1,000 billion of those hoodies and give Amaya papaya 2 papayas for it.
I have this note here, and it's so funny because after I wrote this, after I watched the finale, I was on Instagram and I saw someone say basically the same thing. And I said to Mike, I'm like, when I sent him the post, I go, "Just so you know, I had this note first, and I'm going to say it on the show." I said, "I'm going to be quoting her like she's Shakespeare to me now."
Yeah.
Because everything she says just hits so great. So these are my favorite Amaya Papaya quotes. "My man got to be strong enough to carry me and my baggage." Dead. Okay. Sensitive gangster. "Maybe I'm a book you shouldn't be reading. If I'm not your cup of tea, don't drink it. If my light is too bright, put your shades on." Sister ship. So cute. We're in a sister ship.
That's so cheesy.
Anyone out there want to be in a sister ship with me? Because this bitch does it. It's so cute.
We're in a bitcher ship.
No, I'm in a
Sister
sister
bitch.
ship. And I love when Brian comes in for the win. He goes, when he said his thing to her, I was crying. I'm sorry, I was crying. He goes, "We are two misunderstood people who understand each other." Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching Showmance.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to go find it, and we're done, and we'll never do the show again. But I think you missed her best line of the whole season.
What?
You won't remember it either. I stopped it and said it 3 times in a row.
What? You need to remember, Mike, of
Yeah.
all times.
Yeah, I'm not going to remember it, but it wasn't even one of her. It was just something she was saying in passing. And it was the best line. It was the best thing she said on the whole thing.
She's so authentic. What we've seen of her thus far has just been, she's not out for anyone, right?
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, maybe that's not your bag, but it's still pretty great.
Yeah.
I love her. And I do think they really like each other. She said when she was on Call Her Daddy, she was like, "I have a lot of cousins and relatives and friends up in Boston. So she will be headed up there. They're going to take turns, obviously, visiting
Yeah.
one another. And I'm just very much pulling for the two of them because I just think they're a really sweet couple.
I haven't obviously finished season 6 yet, so I haven't watched Beyond the Villa, any of that. But if that's something that they're going to do consistently, these couples just have every reason to stay together. And maybe that's a part of it. Maybe that's why they do that show, because it just like elongates and everyone's watching, and it just makes the show even bigger because it's like these people are still together. And like, I mean, people used to go on The Bachelor to get married, like, and it was so silly because it was one dude and 50 jillion girls.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know of like a show that people are like, no, I'm going to go on this show and like, I'm going to make literal sisters and brothers and possibly find my soulmate, like possibly overnight. My entire life is going to change, very likely. It's going to change
forever.
forever.
Ever do it? Because Mike was saying it in like a jocular manner, but I wonder if it's possible. Would they ever do like a golden Love Island? And I don't mean like, it doesn't necessarily have to be with people in their 60s or 70s, but like, I wonder if they would ever do the later dater version of it.
I mean, I can barely stomach seeing like the hottest kids on the block just gyrating on each other's faces.
It would be a different
like,
version in the sense of like, they're not going to be, doing
well, that's
Huda's
not Love Island,
stuff.
then. That's something else.
Well, no, I just mean like it's people of a certain age on an island finding love. I'm just curious because it's such a hit.
Yeah.
And they did it with The Bachelor, and it's actually eclipsed the original Bachelor, the Golden Bachelor has.
I just think that the next one they should do should be a celebrity Love Island. Like there are celebrities that will go on this show.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd be.
Listen, not fucking Gwyneth Paltrow's not going, but like there are
she's married,
like,
Natalie.
There are kids that are on like, that have been on like CW shows and like just like that. I don't even mean to say that. Like, is CW even still a network? Or,
No.
Yeah, I think so. I used to work there.
I found the quote.
What is it?
Oh, what is it?
I'm not going to have a sugar rush anymore for the word candy that you're feeding me.
That's right.
Not my favorite.
Oh, that's pretty good. I thought
It's great. It's just
because
not my favorite.
because it was just so specific to him. It was, I think maybe to Zach or to Austin.
I think just Zach.
I think it was later. It was Zach, maybe.
Like if Zach, it was basically just like Zach had been kind of stringing her along with words. And it was just like, I'm not like these words like don't
It's
mean
excellent.
anything
Just not my
to me.
favorite sonnet. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Because we've been doing this for 800 hours and we still have commies. Should we get into them?
Wait, did we even talk about Amaya and Brian?
I had a note about Brian. Brian's smart. It's what Nat always says. When you get it and you go for the girl that is quote unquote too much, you win the world. And he fucking gets it. Because you always say like, this is the person that will
Oh, yeah.
do all X, Y, and Z for you. We'll build you a house. We'll cook the dinner. We'll work really hard. Like, and so if you can just keep up with that, like then you get everything.
Yes.
And he got it. He gets it. Do you know what we have? We also have a last swig of this, so we should all can't let this go to waste.
I'll always go back to Claudia Oshry on the toast. The first thing I heard her say about Pepe was like, if you're sleeping on Pepe, that says more about you than it says about me.
I slept on Pepe. How about this? This is my problem with Pepe. I kept saying he was so cute, and I still stand by this. I think he needs a new haircut.
Someone was saying today that Pepe's barber is just going, like just waiting for the phone call for the reunion. Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Pepe has a barber?
Everyone has a barber. Sarah McBride said, I think my fave thing from recent episodes is Chris saying his fave thing about the season was playing basketball with the boys and didn't mention Huda once. That was hilarious. That was crazy.
Sarah?
No, I think it's, I hope, Sarah, you correct me if I'm wrong. I think Sarah thought it was so funny because it's like, what are you, you're at like the end loving couple dinner. You're on a quadruple double date.
Yeah. No,
Sarah thought it was funny because she hates Huda.
Oh, she hates Huda.
Listen, I can't get over my love for this girl. I can't get over, I don't want to build her a palace, but like,
Don't worry, I already did.
I know. I don't dislike her at all. I find her to be so interesting and entertaining. And even though she needs a shit ton of work, like watching her every move, like I know that that's exactly the move that her gut reflex got her, like she like moved her leg because of a reflex in her. Like she not a single
it's not a false
part
note.
of her was like trying to be anything that she wasn't. And I maybe it was just like watching so many people do that. And even like in retrospect, looking at even Sierra, like I just see even moments with Sierra that I'm like, and remembering, you know, when I remember the moment that Sierra got up there and explained to everybody, you know, why everyone had to, like, why Hannah had to go home and whatever. And it was just like such fucking, like, you practiced that in the mirror. Like you guys talked about, like, it was so, it made no sense. And you made it, you presented it perfectly. And I still am looking at you like, you asshole. And I just like never have looked at Huda like, she's ever done anything to anyone. Everyone can talk about how, oh, she's this way in relationships. She's terrorizing people in relationships. I will always go back to, I think all the dudes that got to even get yelled at by Huda were having a very nice time getting yelled at by Huda. So I don't care.
Reality Bites said Bergie and Taylor from season 5.
Yeah.
So that's the couple we were just talking about. Shared the details about the procedure for watching episodes and being required to share notes. Also, they are given specific questions like who is your number one, etc. Bergie is a wealth of information and historical knowledge about the game, which he freely shares. Hope that helps confirm the source. So I went on Bergie's IG feed, and it's crazy because Bergie and his girlfriend Taylor, who he met on the show, they're so cute together. It's just bonkers. They have like, he has 185,000 followers. She just got to 100,000 followers. So like, what you're seeing with Huda and what's her face is bonkers.
Yeah.
Just to give you context. But so I went on his IG feed and he does like, I don't know if they're doing a podcast about it, but something where they're sharing a lot of behind the scenes information, which might at some point be interesting to do research on. Okay. Truth for Peace said Pepe has, no, it's just a short one. It's just a short one. Pepe has a beautiful smile. No veneers detected. I guarantee you he will have a glow up at the reunion. I predict he's going to have an amazing haircut. I agree with that prediction.
I am not sure what his haircut can really be because I think that he has a high head of hair. I think he has a large forehead. I'm just I'm not sure what he can do.
Here's what bothers me about the haircut besides the fact that like he like brushes things down. He has no sideburn. Like he's doing a fade. And he can't, and I think he is so hot, okay? I just don't think he can necessarily pull off a fade. And so it's literally just all skin, and then you just see his hair. And if you get close, you can see it's kind of like stubble, but it just looks like almost like you've shaved your head and then there's just hair.
Yeah.
And then you're brushing things down.
Okay.
And you're too cute for that, Pepe. Okay. Jen Fall said, okay, this is my Huda deep cut. Huda at her core operates from a place of insecurity and feeling unsafe. She has altered her physical insecurities, but she is still the person she was before. Huda is a scorekeeper. That comes from preparing to defend your feelings and reactions to someone who makes you feel invalid for being upset. She's constantly keeping score in her mind. I think she has trauma. I'm willing to bet she had an extremely difficult time with her pregnancy, her body changing, and her daughter being colicky and postpartum hormones. That can be traumatic alone. The lack of sleep and constant anxiety changes you. I also think she felt horribly alone during that time, which is where she is keeping score with her partner comes into play. I think she has a lot of potential, and I think she has the it factor. She is a sun, and others are drawn to her. If she works through her stuff, Huda would be a true force of nature. And I thought a lot of that was really well put, and I think she does have that scorekeeping, and it could be from something else, but I feel like she kind of nailed it with like it might be with the kids stuff and having to like shoulder all the responsibility of that. Reality Bites also said your lack of investment in season 6 makes sense considering you are only on episode 5 or 6. I can assure you once you reach episode 9, you will have a stronger opinion and become far more motivated to continue binge watching. Buckle up, you are both in for an entertaining ride. So
I just want to say, nailed the episode. We were in episode 10 and we were both after 9, we were both like, can you, Miguel? Woo-hoo-hoo. No. And then we were like, wait, what episode is this? And we looked and it was 10 and we were like, oh, well, I guess he wasn't that far off. And then 30 seconds later, we were like, wait a second, this happened in the last half of Miguel came in, holy shit. We got so excited at how perfectly you fucking nailed that. Because we have literally just been like Oh God, how
It
many
was
more
like
episodes?
watching. It's like taking mushrooms, and like
Nothing happens.
you're like, I think I got a
Getting
bad bag.
punched
I
in
think
the-
these are
Oh,
old
yeah,
or whatever. And then
totally.
2 hours later, you're like, oh, it's happening.
Yeah, you took some
Woo,
more
it's
because you're
happening.
like, it's not working. Let's
Yeah.
take some more. And then the first batch kicks in.
Minnie is happening.
Yeah, no, you nailed that. Big fan of Miguel.
Miguel Herman, boy.
Shit popped off real fucking
Yeah,
fast.
I'm so
But
happy to
also-
hear that.
Both of us fucking hate Rob. Like,
You like? Did
Dude,
I not?
what are we
I was thinking maybe I
talking about
misunderstood
right now?
you. You like Rob?
Everyone in the
Rob. I
world
love
loves this
Rob.
guy.
He's the barfiest barf
he's such a
douchebag
little
I've like
It took me a
seen
minute.
in a
It took
bit.
it took me a minute to
Okay,
get
well,
there.
how many episodes are in
Yeah,
until we
what?
get somewhere with this guy?
Something happens, and all of a sudden you're just like,
What happens? The fact that he causes such a gigantic stink in front of everyone
He's such a
and then says,
baby.
just kidding. I'm not going to leave. I might get some other snatch here.
it's from two people who didn't even like this season, and now you love it.
Whatever,
I'm
dude.
just
That
saying,
guy's a
things.
dumbass.
Life comes at you pretty fast in the Love Island villa, and
Can
Dude,
anyone
Aaron.
attest? I need to know who the Rob lovers are and the Rob
Dude,
haters and why.
Party of Rob?
everyone's like,
But no
oh, Rob is
spoilers.
Rob. Yeah, no
yeah,
spoilers.
Yeah.
But also, don't tell me that Aaron turns out to be a dick because I'll stop watching right now because he's my favorite.
Mike thinks that Kendall's a nerd.
Kendall is a nerd. Kendall is
but I
What do
like
I call
Kendall.
him?
I like Kendall,
but he
too.
is
I
kind of
like
a
him
nerd.
too.
No,
He's
yeah.
my number 2. He's my
Everyone
number 2
likes
guy.
him. Nobody wants to.
I
like,
don't know why you keep saying just because I call him Carlton doesn't mean I don't like him.
because nerds are one thing. Nerds are in. Everybody likes nerds now. Carlton is no one likes that nerd. No
Oh,
one
I like
likes
Carlton.
You want to
but
bang?
I'm a nerd.
You want to bang Carlton?
No, but I also don't want to bang him.
I feel like a lot of these girls like Kendall. Like him. Like
Yeah, no, they
hubba
do.
hubba.
I'm just not sexually attracted to Kendall. Okay, General Tool said, "Happy Sunday, Showmance family. Does anyone really think Sierra's apology was genuine? It was a pure PR move that was executed poorly. I'm not a fan of cancel culture in general. However, she is from a generation who should fully understand how the internet works. Her statement was a bunch of word salad things that said all the things she thought she needed to say. I would have believed her more if she said, 'I'm sorry that so many of you believed in me and I let you down. I'm disappointed in myself as well. I don't expect an apology to change anything overnight, but I hope over time I can earn your trust and support.'"
That was great. She should have said that.
Sierra would have fall from
I
grace.
know. And I think she called Huda's supporters hood rats.
Yeah, I saw someone said that in our comments. Not cool, man.
Come on.
Not cool.
You blew it. Just go back in your hole for a minute. This will all blow over, but like just don't try to partake in what's happening right now.
Yeah.
I do, however, I would be interested to see her at the reunion. I don't know if they'll let her on, but I would be interested to hear her.
We'd
Where
have to
she-
let the other girl on.
Where she kind of lost me. Yeah, I don't think they'll let you listen on.
But she was on for so long though. That could be a sticking point.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
The where she started to also kind of get into dodgy territory for me is there was a video. Sierra posted a video of herself apparently like in her hotel room saying like, "Hey, this is a message to my future self. Like you're going to do this thing. And like whether you last a day or the whole time or whatever, like cheers to you for doing something that you're putting yourself out there." Did you watch this?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It's like basically her being her own hype girl and just something that she could watch when she's out of the villa. And I was like, oh, wow, that's pretty wild that she had like the foresight to record this. And then someone goes, she has the exact same manicure she had in her apology video. This is staged. And so I don't know if that is true, but it just reminded me that she's like you just said, you got to go away for a little bit.
Yeah.
You need to learn your lesson. I don't understand. I know this might sound so ignorant of me. I don't understand how you are a young person who exists a lot on social media. Okay. Like she had a decent following before she went into that house. And you are ignorant to the word that you said. Like, I don't understand
I
how
know.
that. I don't.
Because when we first talked about it, I don't think I ever asked, like, when did this happen? I was open that, like, I didn't know when it happened and that it could happen last week for all I knew. But, like, in my head, I just assumed it'd been, like, several years. If it has not been, like, that word, like, I've known that was a bad word at least since elementary school, I think.
Yeah. And
Like,
she was also using it towards herself in a kind of like derogatory way about her looks or something.
Yeah.
That's how it read.
yeah.
So it's like you're not saying it in a complimentary way
Yeah.
that makes me think like, oh, maybe you didn't know what the word meant. Now, listen, again, I'm not like with the cancel culture of it all. We always say on the show,
Yeah.
like we like to leave room for growth and all of that. And I hope that she's genuine and she does. I just was very confused
Yeah.
that that Mr.
Wait, I have one more thing to say
please,
about
yes.
Sierra. That so I said that I was confused in the beginning because I actually thought she was Filipina, and then like realized that she wasn't, and was like, oh, okay, well that negates every single argument in my head about this, because like now there's no way around this. Meteor Wine said he also thought that she was, and he goes, where did we get that? And I go, I have no idea where we got that. Then Harris chimed in. Harris thought she was Filipina.
No, Harris' his mom.
Either way, the fact remains, Harris and his mom are Filipina.
Yeah.
Or Harris is Filipino, his mom's Filipina.
Yeah.
Like, even they thought that she
Yeah.
was. Like, where did we hear this?
I don't know.
Like, you've never heard that? Neither of you ever thought that?
No, I think maybe because I feel like she does look like she could be at least part Filipina.
I think that if I were to have looked at her without having heard that, I would just say she's Mexican. Like, I would have just thought that. But
Yeah.
so I know someone somewhere said that, and all three of us, or at least Meteor and I, and then I don't know where Harris's mom saw it. I don't know if she's on the talk.
Well, if Harris is, maybe she's getting it through him. Okay, Lemon Liquor, cute name, says, I can't control myself with these crossovers. And I do this all the time where like I'll quote a Real Housewives show on Love Island, and so, or vice versa, I'm sure. And I just love that people pick up on it. So thanks, love. Okay, there is a truth for peace. I'm not reading it, Natalie.
This would be the second one you've read, I think?
No, I'm saying I'm not reading it. But if you don't read it, I want to read it because I have something to say about it.
Is it funny? I only read the funny ones.
I think it's poignant. That's why I want to read it. So I'll wait till you do yours. And then
No. Go on.
Really walking on thin ice right now for you, Truth. Okay. Can we talk about the lip fillers, facial fillers, and veneers for a minute? I don't want to be cruel or bully anyone, but there's a handful of girls on Love Island who clearly have had some bad work done. I want to give a PSA to the younger generation so they think twice before wasting their money on these procedures, because they most likely are going to look worse. Embrace your natural beauty. I have 4 very young nieces, and I don't want lip fillers and false teeth to be normalized. It's so unnatural and obvious. By all means, if you look like a character out of Deliverance, get your teeth shaved down to Tic Tacs and glue on some veneers. The people that truly need work done are outliers. I just really feel sad for young girls that feel that they have to fit into this cookie cutter image of what lip size or butt size is currently trending. I'm trying to be sensitive about this topic because I know Vanna was getting a lot of nasty comments sent her way, and that's not cool. And in my opinion, it's the doctor's fault for putting that much filler in a 21-year-old. Where are the ethics? And I just want to say to every single person on this, every single person on the show is attractive. There are no uggos. I just thought we could constructively critique the erasure of natural beauty for an unnatural look. And I can't agree more with this comment. I brought up on the last show that we just did, like that I was going to talk about this quickly. I like plastic surgery. I am a fan of it. I will probably get some at some point in my life, but I just think everything with a grain of salt. Like you putting this much filler in girls that are this young, or even people that are older, like it's just, you are a human being. You are the result of like stardust. You are miraculous. Why are we spending this much time thinking about thigh gaps and lip flips and hair extensions? Nobody thinks you naturally woke up with eyelashes that look like the awning on a house. No, I didn't. Nobody thinks that your freckles are real. They're adorable, but like we just can't get this consumed with whatever the bodily trends are to the point that like we're going under the knife every time a new star gives us a new bodily trend. I just can't agree more with Truth on this. And like, let's embrace our natural beauty. And of course, if you look like something that crawled out of a drain and you feel like, your teeth look like that of George Washington's. Yes, of course. Get some season 2 teeth, boo. I'm not against that. It's just I don't want people thinking they have to. You're beautiful as God made you.
I'll let you know if you are.
Okay. Well,
One thing you should know about Vanna is that she, according to her, she hasn't had any filler. What was mortifying to her was that she felt like people were like, you got so much work done. You look like a clown. Like they were horrible to her in her comments. And she goes, this is my chin. This is just how I look.
but those aren't her lips.
I think that her lips were the only thing. I think they were talking about how, did you see? Everyone was talking about she got a really bad chin job because she had
Oh, I
a really
didn't.
like, if you see her from a profile and she's like, I don't have any cheek filler. I don't have any, I've never gotten anything like that. And so to know that everyone thinks that you look so horrible because of something you did, and then to go, I was just born like this.
I do think, and I've said this from jump, specifically like when we were thinking of covering Miami or whatever, the over aggressive lip filler really morphs your face. Sierra had it, Vanna had it, a lot of these housewives had it, and God bless, like I get it. You want a little pump up or whatever, but like to the point that you're not, this is crazy. What was wrong with your original mouth?
I listen, I never noticed lip filler until you pointed it out, and now I'm like, if that's it, then she has it too.
Yes.
I never picked them out that way, never, not once. And now I'm just noticing, okay, I guess like then every single person has it.
Yeah. Huda, Iris.
I mean,
it's a lot. And I just think it's like,
I think that everyone's gonna have to get over it. If that's, everyone has it, it seems.
no, I feel like what it is it's like when everyone was getting breast implants and it was just like,
yeah.
now we're seeing a lot of people just like have natural breasts again. And I think it's a fad, and I'm ready for the fad to be over.
Oh, you think it'll like just go away?
100%, because
Okay.
to me personally, I don't think it's the best look. And I think a little bit of anything is lovely.
Yeah.
I think when you get into pumping like cc's of lip filler into your face, we're in real dodgy territory. And what's to that end, she's from Love Island, UK, Molly May. She goes, she let it get so far out of control that she said, I didn't even realize what I was looking like anymore. And then finally I looked in the mirror and realized, holy shit, because I think people were making comments about it online. And she was like, I have to get all of this dissolved. I look like a freakish version of myself.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's what these girls do, but I just say
So
we gotta.
then lip filler doesn't go away. Like you get it and it's just there for life?
I think lip filler goes away, but I think if you really want to reduce it, you gotta melt this shit out of your face. Ugh, and it's apparently very painful.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Oh, Meteor Wine said the Ariana video where she is trashing the cast is absolutely AI. She may have been on the Today Show, but I can assure you she wouldn't have been saying what she said. And I completely agree. I went online looking for that video and I couldn't find it. So it is 100% AI.
Yeah.
And she was on the Today Show, but it was like a lovely kind of like fluff piece or whatever.
Yeah.
And Meteor also made a comment about the lip filler and all that stuff. So we got one more on the side for natural beauty, guys. Sarah McBride said, I'm going to need y'all to get the fuck in the Nick Alandria train. Nick has been into Alandria from the start. He was playing the game in the beginning, but he wanted had just had blinders on, and Nick is trying to stay in the game. He did this thing, but always wanted O is Delulu and self-sabotaging, and she can't see a good thing if it slapped her in the face. So it's taken a while. And O is also, I think, a tad bit awkward, especially when she's being vulnerable because she is not used to that. So it's a longer road for them, but I truly think they are a great, wonderful, and happy couple together. So again, just someone that like clocked it and we didn't.
No, Sarah, like I think that what everyone is missing here is that Nick is not like you just have to look at how he's moved towards every single girl. Go back if you have to and watch all the different people that he wanted to pursue. A lot of people just like didn't let him pursue him. Like there were times he he wanted to go after Andrina, and like it just like wasn't really. I don't know if Jeremiah was just wouldn't let her be by herself or whatever, but like
I hope they get together
really
now.
Had
Jeremiah and Andrina or whatever.
Oh, I know, me too. We're putting these people. First of all, it's probably the name combination. We're not treating them like they're individuals at this point. He's his own person. I think that we're treating them like they're all her, where she was just the way that she was for a bit. He would literally stick it in anything on that island. Like he really was down to pound, like, and party and do. Like you said it best one time. You said, I feel like Nick just keeps moving in a way and then looking around and going, "You mad about that? Okay, no. Okay, great. I'll keep going then." Like you did something like that.
No,
Like, are
Nick has love ADD.
Yeah, that's what he said.
No, but you said you were just, he was waiting for someone to say, "Hey, I'm mad about that." And then he'd be like, "Oh, you are? Okay." But until then, he would just keep going. You said something very, very in that vein about like.
Sounds brilliant.
Whatever. Just all I'm saying, to all the Nick and Alandria like cult fanatics, try separating them and treating them as just individual people. And I think you'll understand where I'm coming from, at least. That.
Well, here was just another one. Joan Dawkins said, "You guys are off." Taylor said in an interview that Nick expressed his interest in Alandria from the start.
He expressed it with everyone. That's the thing. He expressed it about everyone.
Yeah, I'm not arguing.
I don't think he expressed interest. He might have. I think what he expressed was shock that Taylor wasn't attracted to Alandria.
We all were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said that she was hot. Like, I don't know if he said, "Oh, I really like her."
Joan just says, "Perhaps you need a night with Luther Vandross and a glass of wine because you miss the love energy there."
Listen, I will take that night.
I was just going to say I would like that night just in general.
Yeah.
Harris said, "I'm so excited for season 6 cast on Beyond the Villa. Also saw Zach K and Miguel at the gym last night. Miguel is shorter than Google says he is, and I would like more details on all of that. Harris, please. Thank you." Harris also let us know that, did you guys see this? I didn't see this, but I'm very excited. We are getting Andy Cohen and Ariana doing the reunion together.
Yeah,
That's gonna suck.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're doing a reunion together. Why just have Andy do it?
Yeah, Andy's gonna steamroller. She's gonna be there for eye candy.
Well, it could be one of those things where, like, if Andy's the one sitting in the chair and maybe she's like fielding questions in the audience and not really, they could be giving her the
boot
a little bit.
Oh no, you know what? Here, I'll revise that. I've never seen this show. This show is, to me, the biggest show on television right now.
Hundy.
And if any show needs 2 hosts for a reunion, I could see a show like this being
last year's reunion. If memory
this
serves,
ain't no Housewives,
No, this is a different ball of wax. If memory serves correctly, last year's reunion was pretty down the middle for reunions, but they could be switching it up because they've switched up so much stuff this season.
Harris, the results drove me up a wall. How did Pepe and Iris get 4th and Chris and Huda for 3rd? And they literally were terrible together prior to them even breaking up. Seems so rigged. I'm with you, dude. I don't understand that.
Well, they voted before the finale, so I think people were in La La Land with it a little bit. Of like, they could make it work. And
Chris and Huda?
And Chris? Yeah, Chris and Huda.
Yeah, because the votes were already locked in.
You got a new buddy back there. Look at Mike and Courtney.
Because the votes were already locked in before the finale aired.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I think people were thinking, no, maybe they could make it work. Or
no, was it?
Those are Huda stands.
I was just gonna say, who's the one that we were just talking about this, that Nick has a lot of people, Alandria has a lot of people, Huda has a ton of people.
Yeah.
Kristen, like these were all Huda people that were like,
yeah.
People had Huda lawn signs. Vote for Huda lawn signs. Yeah.
What about vote for Huda hoodies?
Bonkers.
Vote for hoodies.
Another Harris. I'm just so confused. Wouldn't you think the producers would have done some sort of background check on these people prior to them arriving at the villa? I'm going to say it like that forever now because of Kayla. What the fuck's her name?
Kaylor.
Remember Yulissa? She got kicked off after night 1 for the same reason. And I understand why they kicked Sierra off, because if they hadn't, Yulissa would have totally taken legal action against the network.
Yeah.
But you would think, let's check their socials before stuff check their social media for stuff before they hop on the flight. I don't know. So that shit's expensive. And the deeper the check, the more expensive it gets. I'm not saying that that's a reason to not do it on a show like this, but for 30, 35, 40 potential cast members,
I didn't know it was expensive.
that shit adds up real fast.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, but these are socials though. Isn't that an intern? You slap an intern on that, and they just start going through.
Intern? No. It's
Listen,
a full legal situation. Like the network.
background checks are one thing. I'm just saying that if you can go through someone, if you it just seems like a very assistant type work to go and just sit and go through socials all day. And like maybe
I
you've
think
got
legal can do the big sweeping stuff,
Yeah.
and then maybe to double check, you put an intern on it to be like, just you're a youngin.
Yeah,
See if
go
there's
through
anything
these-
on the
go
talk that
through her
seems
shit, yeah.
suspicious.
And
Just
there's a
How
site.
far back was that tweet? Do you remember?
A year.
So 30 interns just sitting there scrolling through tweets for how many years?
To get through a year of tweets? No one even barely tweets anymore. There's no.
No, it wasn't a tweet. It was an Instagram post
Okay, well, even if you post one Instagram a day,
or an Instagram story, I think maybe. So that's
a
just my
story
personal opinion.
is a minute max.
Yeah, listen, no one's going to put that on an intern is not. It's an
my
intern.
God.
What if they miss something?
Okay,
Then
no,
what?
no, but
any
that's why I'm
assistant, just like
saying-
any production assistant can do that kind of work. A background check is one thing. That's another. You get 2 on each person. One goes through it all, then a second does a double set of like. If it's
Yeah.
important to you, then you do it. Just doesn't seem that hard to me.
Tiny Panther. I think Love Island should spice things up and put 10 pansexual people in the villa. It would make things way more interesting. This season was kind of lame. Totally agree. Even Casa was tame. And no movie night. I was looking forward to this movie night and got nothing.
You get the real experience with Casa Amor and movie night, and it's so good in season 6. Movie night is real fucking good. Oh my God. I can't believe what you guys have to look forward to. Wow, Bethany, wow.
Dude, I was even excited enough when just all 4 guys got up because they wanted to hook up with the first set of bombshells, and all the girls were just sitting there. Like it was Hannah. It was I don't know any of their fucking names.
Yeah.
Well, who do they keep saying like the Huda is on last? Like if they were kind of
Leah.
Leah, not Hannah.
Leah is a SoCal chick.
Yeah.
And she's got a much more like, she is not Iris, but that like slower tempo Leah has.
Leah was the person. Huda is the Leah. Like when it was Harris, I believe, who was like, their season 7 casting is basically copying season 6. Fucking Alandria is the so-and-so. Shelly is the such and such.
You're like with Serena.
Leah was Huda because they both are crashing out.
Mm-hmm.
Leah's fucking going bonkers over a dude, being a bitch, fucking being mean to, well, so people say. I don't think she is really. But
Leah has a good journey.
that's the comparison. Huda crashed out on Jeremiah and was mean and going crazy. Leah's crashing out on Rob for whatever fucking reason.
Good, Rob, just set yourself on fire.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
Little Red. Hi. Hi.
Ew.
Just dropped in, not by parachute. Everyone enjoy your week. We will. And next time, if you could drop in by parachute, that would be a lot cooler.
That comment was so cute.
I know, I love her.
This is just a shout out to Castine. I hope I'm saying that right. Listening to a little more each study break, agreed it was wild when Ace accepted Amaya's apology. She should not have been the one apologizing there. And this shout out is because Kat Stein is studying for their financial risk management certification. Also a Boston University graduate. I didn't go to college. Good luck. I looked that up. It's
Yes.
2 parts. It's kind of gnarly. I'm not sure what part you're on, but I hope you get 100 on both of them.
You're going to nail it.
Yeah, real itty bitties. Reality bites. In regards to kids learning how to do things in kindergarten besides eat glue and stick paint on other people, Mike, these kids are taught to read in kindergarten these days. Back in the day, we were definitely just eating glue. To which I responded, that's too soon. And when did they eat glue? No one answered me. All right, Shannon Fall, who there's another one about the kids these days. Shannon Fall's the art teacher. Thanks. Hi, kindergarten through 12th grade public school art teacher here. Art counts and it is important. Totally agree. I told her it's the second most important thing to learn after reading. My first 8 years of teaching were K through 5. Kindergarten is children who turn 4 before the cutoff in August. So they are 4-year-olds who turn 5 during the school year, which could be May at the end of their kindergarten year. Kindergarten no longer has nap time. What the fuck? Or playtime. Double what the fuck? It is rigorous? Why? That shouldn't even be a word allowed in talking about kindergarten. I don't agree with these changes, nor do I. And I think our children aren't learning proper social skills due to the curriculum rigidity for kindergarten? Curriculum rigidity in kindergarten? But that's another issue for another day. No, Shannon, I don't think it is. I think it's an issue for today, and I think we're gonna
solve
stomp
it here.
this out. I have so many feelings. I now have so many feelings. Sarah McBride is on our campaign. This is unacceptable.
Party of Schwartz campaign?
No, this was a great thread.
This is unacceptable. It
There
really
were
was.
so
I
many
didn't
people
save it all, but it was real funny.
It only gets better, I think, was chiming in.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
This is the all-star thread.
No, it's an all-star thread. It really is.
Yeah. And basically, we need to go back to glue, put
Naps.
in paint, naps, and cots. Like cots that pinch you sometimes if you wiggled a little too much.
Nat and I, for a second, thought you said something
Yeah,
else.
I did too. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Cot.
Yeah.
Enunciation. They teach that in kindergarten now.
Sarah McBride. Brian is completely playing the game. I'm with Mike. Ace said, go get your dub when he was eliminated and hugging him goodbye. So I think he knows, LOL. I still think he likes Amaya, but his heightened and it's heightened and motivated, if you will, because she's the number one girl.
I don't think he's playing the game. I think Brian really likes Amaya, and I think when Ace said, go get your dub, that's because that's how Ace thinks, not how Brian thinks.
It's almost like
That's just me.
it's almost like I wouldn't put it past Ace to say that audibly enough to just fuck with someone.
Totally.
Like that is that little jerk off.
He's very like in on the game of it all.
He's a little hater. He's a teeny weeny beanie baby hater. Coca says, haha, yes, someone commented on my Space Jam post, Chris soft launching unemployment is wild. And that had to have been where I saw it. Because
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else, I don't think there was a two people that said that same thing.
Yeah.
That is perfect. Harris says, Moon River is now forever a curse song for me.
Oh, no, it's too good of a song, Harris. Just let's sage it.
I
and-
don't think it's a good song, but also
Amazing song.
I feel bad for the woman who had to come out and sing in the most awkward
You know, that
moment
That was
ever.
worst.
soup socks.
Yeah.
That was horrible. I swear to God, though, I don't know if this like maybe the 17th time they sang Moon River. This one is like, oh my God, what song is this?
Yeah.
I'm like, I think it's called Moon River.
I know what song it is, but it's like, why this? Like that to me is it's just such an old I don't know.
Have you
It doesn't
heard Frank Ocean's remake of it? It's so beautiful.
I don't care.
I mean, I love the original, but I also love Frank's version. It's gorgines.
No.
Give it a listen.
No. Irene Serrano says, why is Sierra calling Huda's fans hood rats? It wasn't Huda who stole her man. Why was Shelly mad at Huda for carrying Chris back for her? And Huda ended up liking Chris. Didn't Shelly want Ace? Yes. Thank you. It's not hard. I don't know why more people didn't say like, but why are you mad about this? Because this.
Yeah.
This is, you are attached. Why they didn't call them Chase or something else.
Wait,
you
can I
know?
ask you a quick question? Where is Shelly? Enough with the name calling. No more names for you. Okay.
Yeah, she flipped.
Where did she call the hood rat?
No, Sierra is.
Or sorry, Sierra. Where did Sierra call?
I
them
think
hood?
on Instagram, like in a comment or something.
Nice.
Probably because they were coming for her. And so she
Okay,
probably just
so
said
just-
something
I
back.
think, no.
Maybe
I
just-
think it's like Swifties. Like I don't listen. I'm making
Well,
this up.
yeah.
This is I don't know the context, but I think she was trying to be endearing by
Oh,
saying like, "Oh, her
I
fans are
know.
hood rat Huda.
Yeah, I
like
believe
hood
that
rat.
just as much as I believe the Maluvhuv was supposed to be
Yes.
cute. Like,
No, the Maluf Hoof was not.
yeah, I don't care who. Like, I get that there's a people call people hood rats. There's nothing positive about calling Huda's fans rats.
rats, yeah.
like just
I'm with you.
it isn't.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. I'm not saying it's positive.
No,
I'm
we
trying
don't
to
think you are.
explain what I think she was trying to do.
Oh, I already said this. Julie Jones says that Nick is 6'2.5", which I had no idea, and apparently Julie Jones didn't know it for much longer than when she finally told me, because she was surprised by it too. We're all very surprised. Also, Julie Jones is the one person that just commented with her picks, and Mike pointed out what idiots we are that we didn't ask everyone, what are your picks? Please leave them in the comments.
So stupid.
And Julie's like, these morons, I'll just do it for
I'll do
them.
it for him. I'm sure they meant to ask.
By the way, I just looked up his height, and on his model management website, it says 6'2.5". So
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think.
Oh, that must be it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you're booking him for jobs, you can't lie that much. You could maybe
Yeah.
fudge an inch, but
McFix says, Huda hasn't grown. Like her sister even said, she's just shutting up, not growth. While I understand that a lot of viewers see themselves a little bit in her, she has some work to do when she gets out. Don't we all, McFix? Come on. Leo to Leo. Come on.
happy early birthday.
And she's in that house delusional. How she talked to Jeremiah, he'd be kicked out in a heartbeat if the roles were reversed. I think he liked it. Chris doesn't like Huda. Huda doesn't like Chris, period. At this point, they're just trying to get to the end. Chris doesn't know if he's getting picked up yet to play another season, but you'd think he'd be training. Either way, just in preparation at least, not on a reality show. The whole I could be overseas playing basketball, but I chose to be here was hilarious. LOL. Okay, dude.
Dude, such,
Yeah, that's-
I
that's-
commented back.
yeah.
I'm like, bro,
I know.
it was such a load of shit.
I could be
The
training
only-
with the Lakers right now, but I
Yeah.
chose to be on Love
I chose,
Island.
Yeah.
I chose to come here and get yelled at by Huda.
Yeah, many men do. The only training he's had was the 3-on-3, and Pepe whooped him. At 44 on 7/31 Leo season, I still can't think of ever hugging any of my family, even as close as we are, or any of my friends' parents with my ass and titties out. What? I was uncomfortable for all of them. My son is Ace's age, and even he'd make sure to put a shirt on if company was coming over. Nick was into Alandria that first night challenge when they kissed each other blindfolded. Nick asked Taylor if he could pursue her, and Taylor said no. I think that he didn't ask if he could pursue. He just liked her, or he was surprised.
Yeah.
That,
I don't. Maybe he did. I don't remember him.
then we
remember.
totally missed
It's
that.
saying he was interested in her. I don't remember him saying he was interested in her. I remember a point where Taylor was like, I don't know, I'm just not that attracted to her. And Nick was like, what, dude? She's so, like, Nick saying she was pretty or he was attracted to her.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that means that you're interested in someone.
Yeah. And we could be so wrong because we second screen a lot of this. I do. My vote had to go to Nick and Alandria because I know she should win, and it looks probable. Splitting $100K for Amaya is a drop in the bucket for all the deals, endorsements, and contracts coming her way. Baby girl is going to be all right. Yes, she is.
But she wants to go back to being a nurse at some point. Who knows if she'll ever get there, but I just thought it was even sweet that she said it on Call Her Daddy.
No, she did. And she also, when she was.
Dude, that would be
Did you listen to
so
it?
amazing. No, I didn't listen to in like that. It's like when in the beginning, I was a little quiet because you guys were talking about a lot of things that
We're on those.
Yeah, like those. I didn't watch any of the podcasts or any of the after stuff. But if she fucking does go back to being a nurse, like if she does her whole like year and a half of like milks this and makes her, money to chuck in the bank or buy her house, whatever, like she does it smart and then is like, okay, cool, it's dwindling down. I'm gonna go back to being a nurse now.
Yeah.
And then Amaya fucking Papaya shows up to take your blood pressure, dude. Would you not?
I'd pass out.
Yeah, you'd fucking. It's like when
Oh,
Harrison
yeah,
Ford, he
no.
does. Harrison Ford does helicopter rescues in Wyoming. Like if the search and rescues are busy, they'll
Oh
call
my
him
God.
and he'll
That's
fucking come
amazing.
save people. There's a story of a hiker that got fucking trapped and they fucking scoop her up and they're like, puts it. She's like, it's the best
Yeah.
story you've ever heard about her getting rescued and getting into the helicopter and looking up at the pilot and it's fucking Indiana Jones.
That's amazing.
And she's just like, what the fuck is happening
Yeah,
right
no,
now?
that would be sick.
Yeah.
Meteor Wine says, oh, and that last word on Huda. Love her as entertainment, but I too have experienced this personality type. I think she is just in remission. The biggest issue is when you do meet their needs in hopes of them not being so needy, and then they move the goalpost with more needs. That's a thing. Okay, fine. That's a thing. Oksana says, I enjoyed your discussion and subscribed.
Thank
you.
you.
Pepe isn't Mexican. He's Spanish and Dominican. And I totally agree about Nick. I don't believe a word coming out of his mouth. I hope you cover the finale. Well, we are. And I hope we did you proud because we also don't believe a word coming out of Nick's mouth. Well,
I think he's
speaking
Cuban.
for myself. Huh?
I think he's Spanish and Cuban.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't think we said Pepe was Mexican.
I maybe did, but
Oh.
I don't remember. But I wouldn't put it past me. Only Gets Better says the Willy Wonka song "Come With Me and You'll Be in a World of Pure Imagination." And the joke, I think, is that she's chocolate. He got his golden ticket, if that makes sense. It does.
But when I read it, the joke to me seemed like, yeah, sure, Nick, this is pure imagination. You'll never get this girl in your life.
Okay.
He's got it for right now.
Patrick Boren says, prior to social media, yes, I'm not a young buck. The advice to certain clients with reputational needs was as follows. If you don't want it read, don't write it. If you don't want it seen, don't do it. If you don't want it heard, don't say it. If you have something to confess, own it, etc. Now with social media, the pitfalls are deeper and my fees would have been more substantial. Not an unsolvable situation after the fact with acts of humility and some professional guidance. Really
Nailed it.
simple as that.
Yep.
Rachel says, I think Chris really likes Huda, but I think the way he was nervous for her to meet his family means they will never work out. It means he doesn't think she meets his family standards. And even though they seem to like her, I still feel like if he won't stand up for the relationship to his family, it won't last long term. But I wish it could because I do think they have great communication and I really like his gentle giant way of handling her. There is so much about him, the way that he handles her, that I do love. It doesn't seem to be enough. But I clocked all those same exact things. And I also clocked that he was freaking out thinking his parents weren't going to like her. And then they appeared to actually really love her. And he totally relaxed after that. So there was something that he just thought they're not going to like
Chris
her.
is just on a seesaw with her. It's like when he nailed it, he nailed it. When he failed, he failed. And he was just too nervous to stick his landing.
Yeah. I couldn't even remember Brian's name until he defended Amaya. But to see how he understands her background and allows her to really be as big of a personality as she wants just really warms my heart. All of us, I think, are all here for that. Do I have chocolate all over my shirt?
I think a little bit.
We're going to move on from that. Why did no one tell me? Has everyone just seen this?
I thought it was part of the shirt. You know, sometimes it's like distressed is the look.
Oh my God. I think this has been here the whole time, you assholes. You'll tell me every hair that's out of thing, but
I thought your shirt was distressed.
Dude, I think that's meatball sauce.
Mommy's little meatball.
Well, if it helps, then it hasn't been there the whole time.
Not the first episode.
Not the first episode. Sarah McBride says, I thought Shelly had a weird vibe on After Sun last night, unless she was just nervous, but I don't know. Her and Ace both so lost me throughout the course of the season. Just something so off about them. Totally agree. And I meant to go watch this and I didn't. Adding it to the list.
They started so strong.
Sarah McBride also says, I feel like Huda just repeats the lines that the resident Love Island therapist says to her during their daily sessions. You're not wrong about that.
That's funny.
At least we know Amaya utilized the on-site therapist.
I know. I love that they have that.
I know.
We have that on AGT.
When I was an accessory to an accessory on Shark Tank, they had that.
Shannon Falls says that was not a regulation height basketball hoop. Definitely not. She also said, ding dong, the scammer's gone. I did a booty shake, took a knee, and chugged a high noon. High five, sister. Listen, I'm already in a sistership, apparently. But I think we can we have a third sister?
Yeah, we're all in a sistership if you want to be.
Oh, Shannon also says, I wonder if there is eventually going to be some sort of law put in place that excludes problematic things said when the person was a minor. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying I could see someone arguing that point. And I had never thought of that. And I wonder if that is a
but
thing
who
too.
said something when they were a minor?
I don't know, but I'm just like.
It's just, the comment was in regards to Sierra.
Yeah, like if she said it when she was 16 or something.
Even if she's 17, like
whatever. Yeah,
I'm just like wondering what that, like you wouldn't be able to hold it against someone that was, I don't know.
I would love to watch that debate.
God, I would just love to see. But like also, where are the parents? Aren't you watching?
No, the parents are probably where they're doing it.
Oh, God.
Vleestar says, Amaya called Ace a player. She clocked his game, and he tried to make her out to be unstable, and his minions ate it up. He even slept outside because he didn't want to sleep in the bed with her. Okay, closing it out with Just for Peace for Freedom. It's so bizarre how Sierra is off the show and Nick didn't skip a beat in finding a replacement. I am shocked and appalled. I always thought that when you close off with someone, then that is your boyfriend, girlfriend, even beyond the villa. Did Nick even get a chance to talk to Sierra before she left? Did he break up with her in a note? Did he consider leaving with her? Was he there for love or to play the game? I get that this is showbiz and the show must go on. It still doesn't take away the weirdness of it all. Probably due to editing, it appears they switched her out like the two Beckys from Roseanne. I didn't read this.
Dude, that's the best one. Becky number 1.
Nick is making moves like Dog the bounty hunter, who was engaged 10 months after the love of his life died. Dog and Beth were together for 33 years. I guess one just has to adapt to the new reality around them. It's still just so strange. Another strange aspect of this show is how someone is crying and mourning the loss of their love who gets kicked out of the villa, and 5 minutes later they are on to the next couple. It's just so unnatural. I think Beyond the Villa will be a little bit more realistic, hopefully. Also, during the baby challenge, I believe they should have used throwaway names. I guess I did read this, or maybe I just read this paragraph because this is so true. Also, during the baby challenge, I believe they should have used throwaway names to name their babies like Fatso or Crybaby, or literally any other name that they would never actually name their real baby. Nickname his baby Marcel, which is his middle name. If I was his future wife, I would not want to name my baby Marcel, a name he came up with another woman. Marcel is a great name. Is it? But unless you're Marcel the Shell.
Yeah.
Marcel is
He's traveling.
I love that.
I know. Oh my God. I got to show you a commercial. If anyone hasn't watched the Rise little mushroom commercials.
Oh my God, this one over here.
Oh my God. It's so cute. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen, aside from Marcel the Shell, but it's in the same
Marcel
vein.
the Shell shoes on. If you've never seen it, do yourself a favor. It's the best movie ever made.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Tell a friend.
Tell 2 friends.
Tell all
if
your
you
friends.
even have 2 friends. I don't.
Yes, you do. Natalie and me.